Hello, a very good evening to you. You're watching ITV News Central. A killer who strangled his ex-girlfriend and her 7-month-old baby has been sentenced to life in prison. Wesley Williams pleaded guilty last week to the murders of university graduate Yvonne Walsh and her son Harrison at their home in Billesley in the West Midlands. Sally Lockwood reports.
The court heard that Wesley Williams could not accept being rejected by Yvonne Walsh. He intended to propose to her, but she wanted to end their relationship, so he killed her. In the words of the judge, he executed her and her 7-month-old baby boy Harrison. She
was a loving mother. She doting on her 2 children. She was a total professional at work, loved and respected. She got herself a degree to continue to progress within her own chosen career. And the other person that we really have to think about is Jessica. She can't understand why her mother and her little brother have been taken away from her.
They were found dead in their home in the Billesley area of Birmingham, Yvonne in bed and Harrison in his cot with the curtains drawn. The court heard that within moments of strangling them, Williams updated his Facebook status to say, "Sometimes we just have to do things we shouldn't." And the following day, he posted on Yvonne's Facebook page to say, "I'm sorry it had to come to this," before changing his relationship status to single. Yvonne's ex-partner today gave his reaction outside court, saying he's grateful his daughter was with him that night and not at home with her mother.
The whole experience, you can't purvey across. It's a horrible thing. You have to experience this to get an understanding. But the fact that she's still here with it all is just, I don't know, you're just happy to see her. You're happy to have that constant reminder.
You feel thankful every day?
I don't know who to thank, to be fair. Someone's looking down on her.
The judge today lifted a reporting restriction to reveal that Williams committed the killings while his ex-partner Rebecca Shuttleworth was on trial for murdering her son. Shuttleworth was found guilty in June of killing 2-year-old Keanu Williams in a totally separate case. Williams showed no remorse in the immediate days after the murders, using texts and Facebook to announce what he'd done. And he showed no remorse in court today when he was sentenced to a minimum of 29 years in prison. In conclusion of today's sentencing, the judge said, "Knowing what I know about you, it may be that the day when you can safely be released is many years beyond 29. You are clearly evil and dangerous beyond measure." Sally Lockwood, ITV News, Birmingham Crown Court.
A new inspection report on school standards in the West Midlands has found secondary schools in Stoke-on-Trent are among the worst in the country. Concerns were also raised about standards in Wolverhampton and in Walsall. Meanwhile, Coventry, which was criticised last year, has been praised for increasing standards in its schools, with many of its primaries now being described as high achievers.
At a primary level, we'd be most concerned at the moment about Walsall and Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton is one of the poorest local authorities' performance in the country at primary level. And we're concerned about the teaching in those schools, we're concerned about the leadership there, and concerns about their aspirations for the young people in those particular areas.
A surgeon who worked at Leicester General Hospital is under investigation after being linked to the deaths of 8 patients. Consultant liver surgeon David Berry has been suspended over avoidable deaths in South Wales and has been referred to police by the local health board. He worked at Leicester General between August 1999 and February 2011. The trust which runs the hospital say they have no concerns about death rates while he was there, but have asked the Royal College of Surgeons to review his work during the period. Concerned patients and their families are now being urged to come forward.
They shouldn't be afraid to speak out if they're concerned with the treatment that their families have received. They shouldn't be afraid to ask questions. It's important that people get to the bottom of things and just understand what's happened if severe outcomes have happened to them.
Well, also a helpline has been set up for people who may be concerned. It will open tomorrow at 10 a.m. The number 0808 178 8337. Police have named a family of 3 who died in a collision near Tamworth on Friday night. Margaret Stewart from Kingsbury died when her car hit a lorry at Freesley. Her 16-year-old son and 15-year-old nephew, Dion Walker-Smith from Wilmcote, also died in the crash. In a statement, the family said there are no words that can be said to explain the absolute devastation we feel. The Environment Agency says it's told the owner of a waste firm in Brierley Hill he can no longer operate because of continuing problems with a huge pile of rubbish. In June, the owner of RDF was given a suspended prison sentence and told to completely clear the site. Officials now say they will return to the High Court in Birmingham on Friday and present evidence that he has failed to take action. A tourist attraction in Warwickshire has been targeted by thieves trying to steal beehives. 2 new homes for 12,000 bees were installed on the Compton Verney estate in April to make honey for the visitors to the museum and art gallery. In the last month, though, they've lost a hive and up to 6,000 bees. Now, a world record was broken in Birmingham earlier for the longest Christmas cracker pulling chain. 749 people were involved in the biggest simultaneous cracker pull, which took place at Brindley Place in the city centre. Time now for a look at the weather forecast. Here's James Wright.
It could be cool in Birmingham, but somewhere in the world, the sun is shining. ITV Central Weather, sponsored by Turkish Airlines.
Hi, good evening. Bit of a mixed bag today, some mist and fog around, but also some winter sunshine. As we head through the night, we'll see more mist reforming, but I think we will see some clear skies out there for a while. That'll allow temperatures to dip to 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. So a bit of a chilly night to come, a little bit of ground frost too. And then it sets us up for a bit of a dreary day tomorrow. It's going to be a case of seeing more cloud moving in from the west, some mist lifting into that cloud, so into the afternoon, a dreary one, and some light patchy rain moving in from the west too. If there is an upside, it's going to be milder than today, highs of 9 or 10 degrees Celsius. Sleep well that night.
ITV Central Weather, sponsored by Turkish Airlines.
That is about it from us for tonight. A quick reminder, of course, the best way to keep thoroughly up to date is via our website. Details on the screen, itv.com/central. We are back bright and early tomorrow morning. Until then, from the Lake team, enjoy what's left of your evening. Good night.